All right. Everyone hear me okay? Bruce is really reaching low tonight to get me up here, so and I feel betrayed since he's sitting right here, but he deserves a break. So it's good to have everyone here this evening. In the college class, so all of you get to be college kids tonight, so that doesn't happen very often, but everybody's in my college class tonight. We've been studying, or Sammy in my class, we've been studying from a practical approach, how can we grow spiritually? And we talk about growing spiritually a lot, but how do you do that? And what does that really mean? So we've been talking about things, topics that we could do that would help us grow spiritually. But from a practical standpoint, here's some actual actionable things that we could do to grow. And we're going to apologize to the college students. We're going to back up a little bit from where Sammy ended up last time. And we're going to talk about brotherly love, or loving our brother. And Sammy, it's not loving our brother-in-law, okay? Just to make that. But it's loving our brother, and what can we do to, how can this help us grow spiritually? How would you define brotherly love? Now, the college class picks right up, guys. All right. They're putting you to shame already. So, how would you define brotherly love? What is brotherly love? Caring. Okay. What else? What's some other things? And you can run that verse right there and get an idea too. Right. Have you ever had I don't know of anybody in here, but have you ever had like where you're almost putting yourself in someone else's place and you're facing great danger, or even death? But just being willing to do that. Let's read first. Someone get 1 John 3:16. Let's just read that real quick, please. 1 John 3:16.
We know love by this, that He laid down His life for us. We ought to lay down our lives for the brethren.
So who's our example there? Jesus. He died for us, and we're to do the same thing. That might be a hard one to fulfill, right? That's the ultimate sacrifice. But that's the type of love that we should have for our brothers and sisters in Christ. And let's talk about how important it is. Someone who will get 1 John 4:20 through 21. Give me a hand. Somebody get that? Okay. And then Hebrews 13:1. Who'd get that for me? Another hand. Okay. All right. 1 John 4:20. Okay, if we truly love God, we're going to love our brother. Hebrews 13:1.
Let love of the brethren continue.
Okay, let brotherly love continue. So do you think it's important? If we don't really show our love, if we don't have a true love for our brother, could it impact our eternal destination? Yeah.
Then he mentions Cain. He said, not that type of love, in verse 12 of chapter 3. Because his works were evil. And
right.
So it matters. And it mattered to God at that particular time. It matters to him now.
So I think I'll make this point after this next question. Okay, so obviously brotherly love is very important. And the third question we have here, who would you point to as the best example of someone practicing brotherly love? Who's an example? Best example you can think of? Jesus Christ. And should we follow this example? Obviously we should. Let's turn over to Romans 5 and verse 8. Someone read that for us, please. Who'd read that? Okay, Will.
Commendeth his love toward us, and that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us.
Okay. So that's the example we have. Christ gave his life for us. Okay. We're going to continue to look at Christ here. And what I want to do is advance here. And we want to read some of these. I got a typo on one of these, but, let's look at Christ and his life and ways that he expressed or demonstrated or practiced brotherly love. Okay, so on the first one here is Matthew 15, and I want to read verses 29 through 32. I don't have that up there, but Matthew 15, 29 through 32. Who would, Will, get that one? Let's go ahead and let's assign these out. John 11, 33 through 35. Okay. And then John 13, 12 through 16. Kelton. And in John 4, I want to read verses 7 through 10 and 25 through 26. Who would like to get that? Okay. And John 21, 15 through 22. Another brave, okay, volunteer there. And 2 Corinthians 8, 9, and John 4, 39 through 42. Who else would get that one? Okay. All right, so let's go through here as we listen to these passages. Let's follow along and let's try to pick out the things that Christ is doing from a brotherly love standpoint. So let's read the first one, Matthew 15, 29 through 32.
Departing from there, Jesus went along by the Sea of Galilee, and having gone up on the mountain, he was sitting there. And large crowds came to him, bringing with them those who were lame, crippled, blind, mute, and many others, and they laid them down at his feet, and he healed them. So the crowd marveled as they saw the mute speaking, the crippled restored, and the lame walking, and the blind seeing, and they glorified the God of Israel. And Jesus called his disciples to him and said, I feel compassion for the people, because they have remained with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat. And I do not want to send them away hungry, for they might faint on the way.
Okay, so what's the brotherly love act that you can see here that Christ does? Compassion. And what did he do? How did he show that compassion? A fish fry. But he fed them, didn't he? And it was out of compassion. It was out of concern. It was out of love. Was it 2 or 3 days that they had been with him? Did it say in there? 3 days, yeah. So, you have this multitude and they're for 3 days. I mean, the things that they're witnessing are miracles and amazing things. And, they've not eaten. Now, okay, so that's great. Christ fed them, was worried about them. But what's sort of unique about that? About 5 o'clock, what do a lot of us say? Around supper time, what do a lot of us say? I'm hungry. Okay. Now, in the passage here, I don't read of the multitude making those requests. So what's sort of the point here? What did Christ do to help his brother? That's sort of a unique thing.
Jesus recognized the fact that they were hungry before they told him they were hungry. He was cognizant of them. He was aware of them.
I think that's the point. you know, Christ was helping them before they had really asked for help. So how would that translate to us? If Christ's example, you know, he helps the multitude, he feeds them before they're asking for food. What's the takeaway for us?
We need to be proactive instead of reactive.
I mean, I'm sure all of us have had instances where somebody's, you know, I need some, can you do this for me today? Can you run this errand for me? Can you pick my kids up? Can you, whatever, you know, the case may be. And is it good for us to help in that situation? Yeah. But have you ever had somebody who, you know, you may be going through a difficult time and somebody's proactively asking you, could they do a certain thing for you that you know that needs to be done and they know needs to be done? What do you think about that person, someone who does that? They're really concerned about you, right? And I think that's just a key point in this passage that, you know, he's feeding the multitude. He's worried about them, caring for them, and it's in a sort of a proactive manner. He's offering to help before being asked to help. Any comments on that point? Any questions? Okay.
You know, when you help somebody ahead of before they ask, that's a moment in time. That's a mark they'll remember. You know what I mean? When someone does that, you just don't get that. People don't get that.
So you look at the title. How can we grow spiritually? Does that help if you're